Okay, and all right, welcome to my screen. Welcome to my screen, and you're also welcome to my chat as well. So this is the recap of the trade I took on Friday, and as you can see, the trade played out exactly as predicted. So I entered this trade. So I'll be telling you why I actually entered this trade. I'll be telling you why I entered this trade, and also I'm telling you the things. Let me just say, I'll just be telling you why I entered this trade, because that's the important thing you need to get from this video. So like I told you earlier, if you keep following my page, you'll be getting some forex tips just like the one we are currently about to watch. Alright, so it is it for it, and this is the trade I executed on Friday, and it was a good one. Alright, so this does it for it, and like I said, the reason why I entered this trade is number one, I look out for my structures. Either break of structure or MSS. So that's what I actually look out for. And as you can see, the clear chart you are seeing right now is on break of structure N3. And this is where our break of structure happened, this particular place. So these are our break of structure, right? So whenever markets break a structure, what I want to look out for is my point of interest. Like, being good at selecting your point of interest is very, very, very important in this market or trading forex. It's like one of the most important things, and identifying your point of interest is not actually something that you are going to just get once. Like, it's something you need to pass through series of experience and also series of learning. First of all, it's going to be series of learning first before your series of experience, before you can be able to spot out entry point like this. So I actually took 3 trades. I think I took 3 trades in this account, in this pair this week. 3 trades in this pair this week, and this is actually my first trade for the week. This is the first trade I entered this week, and this is my second trade. I believe you didn't see my screen initially. So this is my first trade I entered this week, and it's still same method I use, but different POIs. So this is my first trade, and as you can see, it played out exactly as predicted. Right, so this is my second trade. I think my first trade was even actually good, not even the GBPS, it was good. And I did the recap. So if you check my previous video, you are going to see that first trade, which is on good, and it went pretty nice. So this one is, I think, the second trade. So this one is the second trade of the week, and as you can see, I almost lose this trade, like few pips, like let me even say 1 pips above my entry. I mean one pips close to the stop loss point. You can see price started moving up, to my predicted direction. So that's just how the trade played out. So if I was just following my plan, not that I was lucky in this trade, just following my plan, and luckily I wasn't knocked out in the trade. So that's just it for you. This is my second trade, which is actually, let me see. So this is my second trade, which I got the POI from here. I got the POI from here, and because of I actually saw this break of structure, so I marked this side as my liquidity, and unfortunately, look at what happened in this trade. Look at the trade. Let me try to expand it so you will see what happened. So in this trade, what exactly happened is that I tried to sell from this zone. As you can see, price came to my zone. You see, price knocked my stop loss in this particular trade. Price wicked me out, right, in this particular trade. As you can see, exactly that point price wicked me out from is where price started dropping from. As you can see, almost to my target, and the price reversed back. So as on this trade, I ended this trade in a win. I would have said that I actually got like 4 winning streak this week. 4 winning trade. That is 4 trade, 4 win. But this trade actually messed me up. And even if price didn't even wicked me out from the trade, I don't think I would have been out from the trade, because my target was about 70 to 60 pips. So as you can see, if I was targeting like 49 pips, I would have end this trade. I would have ended this particular trade in profit. But guess what? They wicked me out on this zone, and the trade actually ended in loss. So I'll be putting the figures I lost on this trade so you can see it. So I was not going to be out from the trade, and I would have still ended in loss. But that's just by the way. It is what it is. In this game, we lose and also win. So the only thing is you just need to know what you are doing in your terms of risk. You need to follow one risk rule in order to be profitable. Make sure that you are not increasing risk today and also reducing it tomorrow. Maybe in your first trade you risk like $500. In your second trade, and you lost that $500. In your next trade, you will now risk $1,000. No, you have to be respecting that first risk you take. That is the $500 you take. That is what you should be respecting in every single trade you take. Not that you'll be increasing. So that's how you follow up with your risk management, and that's the most important thing you need, because at the end of the day, if I check all the trades I've taken for the past 3 months, right, and I check the ones I lose and the ones I win, the ones I lost will be the most, will be the much ones. Let me say it's going to be the most traded ones. The losing trade is going to be the one I take so much. I don't know how to put that in English, but it is what it is. So my loss will actually be more than my win. My loss will actually be more than my win. But if you check, I am still in profit, because why? I am respecting my risk management. So that's just how the thing goes. So you can't just know when you are going to win a trade, and you also don't know when you are going to win a trade. All you need to do is just respect your risk. That's how you break that one. So as you can see, I lose the last trade, and coming to today's trade, Coming to today's trade, which is Friday, June, which is what's today's date? I think today's date is like today's date is 13th of June. So that's when I took this trade. And it's my last trade of the week. This is like my last trade of the week. No stress. This trade ended though, but you can see the trade was a very stressful trade though. Like damn, it was actually a very stressful trade. Look how this trade played out. Price go to my entry and reacted. Did like it was going to be buying, then came back, giving us the feeling that it's going to hit our stop loss. Or whichever way, that's why I said enter and forget. So when you enter a trade, you just need to forget. That's why I created that model, enter and forget. So I forgot about the trade, but I was looking at it, I was monitoring it, but as long as price hasn't gotten to the zone, I am still in the trade. So look at what happened. Price went up, give us profit, dropped, did give us the feeling that we are going to lose the trade, but as long as price hasn't gotten to this zone, we are still in the trade. So you see price went up again, came down again before the final push to the upside. So when price was even actually pushing to the upside, it didn't even take, it started pushing to the upside above my entry point around 2:50 p.m. and it got to my take profit around 3:25. Around my take profit, look at him, around 3:25. So that you see the trade took like, let me just say, it took, when to play out is like, it took over an hour to like hit our target, but we spent over, I entered this trade around 5 a.m. in the morning, and I was out from this trade around 4:15 a.m. This is about, let me say, I won't be able to calculate that far, but let me say 7 hours or 6 hours trade or 8 hours trade within that range, and that's how we ended Friday. So coming to what I saw before I entered this trade, it's still simply my simple model, right? But this clearly an order block entry. So I've told you one of my PUI, you need to write it down. So I identified my break of structure, right, and identify my liquidity. So I have different way I mark my liquidity. I can mark my liquidity like this, right? I can mark my liquidity like this. You see, alright, so you see I can mark my liquidity like this, and also I can mark my liquidity like this. I can mark my liquidity like this. I can also mark it like this. So this is just how it goes. But at the end, the main thing is identify this liquidity. This is like trend line liquidity, and this is like structural liquidity. The main thing is like identifying them before above your POI if it is for buy, right? So that's just it for it, and I identified my POI, which is this zone, right? And as you can see, I set my pending order, and this is how the trade play out. So as simple as that, but your emotion is going to play out like you are going to. This whole move you see like this, it has emotional impact, but the only thing is sticking to your plan. That's just how you hit the game. My plan was to exit this trade. My plan was actually to even exit this trade from this zone. Like this is my first take profit. This one is my first take profit, and this is my second take profit. So this is my second take profit. But guess what? At the back of my mind, I know that this is where I was going to go out from, because why? Today is Friday number 1, and this is over 3 risk to reward ratio. This is over 3 risk to reward ratio. I think this is exactly the point I went out of this trade. Exactly. So 3 risk to reward ratio on this trade, and that's why I even went out confidently. So it is what it is, and I won the trade on Friday. So if you stay to the end of this video, I really do know you gained 1 or 2, right? So you can do well to smash the subscription button for me, so that you can get notified, and also turn your notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I drop educational video or trade recaps like this for free. These things I just taught you is things that you can pay some people $200, $300 to gain. But as you can see, I just drop this knowledge for you for free, so you can just do well to support by tapping the subscription button for me, and also liking this video. So it is what it is, and I'll be putting my P&L for this week. Alright, so see you in my next video.